need to do to get there, like, you know. So it's really only a short video. It's only 30 miles down the road, but you know what I mean. 30 miles is 30 miles, like, you know. Makes a huge difference for tomorrow. Of course, it's warm down here, so I let all the bleeding flies in, didn't I? Because I opened up both windows. So I'm sure they're in the back eating my food. So I'm 12,600 on the steer. I'm 3880 on the drives. I'm 3200 on the trailer. That's fine, we'll leave it alone. And I'm 75 140 all up. And I got just under half a tank of diesel, and a reef is pretty much full. But that half the tank's going to get me a reasonable amount on the way up. So I'll leave out a little bit later on this evening. I'll work it out to get up as far as I can, park up early, get up tomorrow evening, do the rest in for the 12:15 delivery, because I really need to be there a little earlier than 12:15. I need to be there by, like, you know, 11:30. I thought that was a copper then. I think it's for sale. Oh, it's an ex-cop car. One of Arkansas's finest for sale. Anybody? I'm going to turn that fan on so it's going to get a little noisy. Just show you from Russellville to Clarksville. It's only going to be like a 30-minute video, but it's better than nothing. You get to see lovely Russellville. It's right. Lovely, lovely. Yeah. Just sneaking down the highway. Anyway, the fan's on. Up against that frigging curb line. Oh, I hate being up against the frigging curb line. Man, you rub them tyres up against it, like, and that's ridiculous. Because don't have a lot of room, you know what I mean, and it cambers over a little bit, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, John? You know what I mean, Dad? Of course, I've still got my thermals on, so I need to take them off because it's like 100 boiling degrees with them on. She's turning, yeah, that's what I thought. Doesn't matter anyway, got a red light. See, I could have stopped there at the pilot, but I've got to be sneaky. Really your Toyota Armada, whatever it is. Listen to my, no, it's the Infinity. Oh, give me a green light, son. Just give me a green light. Give me a green light. Go. Green light. Go. Green light. Go. Oh, thank you. Where are you going to go, love? You are red light. Not going anywhere. You just chill out there, son. Sneaking along, we're just sneaking along, we're just, bit of a camber there, son. Oh, get in there, girl. We have a camera and I lost my gear. That ain't nothing unusual for Mark. It wouldn't be Mark's videos if he didn't lose gear. It's a good job I'm not a prickly. Like across 40, and you got the split with a 530, and I go past where the truck stops are, the Pilot and then the TA. Thank you, love. And there's an American furniture truck. I think they're based out of Colorado, Texas and Arizona, but the headquarters is Colorado. So I don't at the time know who's driving it. It comes on to the interstate, and I've moved over, let it out, and then I move back over, and then there's a car in front of me, and the car's not quite sure what it wants to do. So I move back to the left lane, and I'm coming into a 65, and I'm still doing about 68. You know what I mean? And I'll poodle past the car because I think it's going to get off at the 530. And all of a sudden, I got American furniture now just absolutely mashing it, and it's on my back door. And I mean, yet again, there ain't but a cigarette paper between us. Now, up in the distance, I can see a truck on the shoulder, so I'm like, well, I'm going to stay out in the left lane. And I'm up to 70 again now, and a 65, because you know what I mean. I just want to sort of like keep it lit at 5 over to get past the truck that's getting on. Plus, I got traffic coming on at the entrance ramp as well from the 530. So she's like, at the time I didn't notice, but I found it afterwards. And so I got this lady. She's like stuck to the back of my trailer. So I go past the car, she goes past, and I stay out there. So she can't see round my trailer. She has no idea why I'm out there, and she hasn't got a clue. She just assumes I'm holding her up. This is how ignorant it has become out here now. So she then decides she's going to go back to the right lane. Now she hasn't, yet again, she still hasn't a clue what's on my right side. She does not know why I'm out there. There's a reason why. In her eyes, I'm just an ignorant truck driver that doesn't want to move. I'm not paying attention, but she doesn't know that. She just assumes that. So she doesn't know what's, I could have had something on the right side and she didn't know that. So she goes back to the right and then tries coming up the inside of me. do wrong. I should have just left it alone. But they irritate me. So I wound it up and I got it up to 75. And we're both side by side doing 75. And we're catching that truck and them cars up. The cars come down the ramp, got in behind the truck, and the truck's motivated. And we come up on it, and she's still coming, and she's still coming. And then I start backing out of it. Now she's caught the car up, and she's basically on top of the car with me. And she won't look across at me. She refuses to. She will not look. So I'm like, I backed it out now, because I'm coming into a 60 zone, and I'm like, this is getting ridiculous, this is stupid. First off, I shouldn't have done it in the first place, but she irritated me by assuming that I didn't know what I was doing. So I started backing out of it, and of course the truck and the car in front, well, they don't care about the 60 either, they're just flat out. They're just running. And so I try to move over. Well, she's backed out of it enough now, within reason, for me to get back over. So now I've got to move over, but she's right there in that spot. So I move over because I've got cars behind me. And then as I move over, and I've got to slow down because of the other vehicles, she then swings it out behind me, comes up beside me, gives me the finger, because I'm an asshole to her, as far as she's concerned, and then fucking flat out runs 75 in a 60. Because I never saw her again after that. And I'm sorry, American Furniture, but that's the biggest load of fucking bollocks you've got, because that's not the first time. That's not the first time that I've had a run-in with American Furniture. I don't know what it's about that company and their drivers, but that's like the third, maybe fourth time I've had their drivers want to race me down the road for absolutely no apparent reason whatsoever. I don't know where they're going in such a hurry, but my argument with her was, if you're so far delayed on your schedule, you're that far back, that you've got to run like that, and you've got to speed through the cities in them speed limits. No, you shouldn't be driving a truck, mate. You might as well just give it up, walk away. Because if that's how much pressure you're under, and that's how much stress you're under, I'd give it up, and I wouldn't be working for them anymore, because that's fucking ridiculous. I haven't done it, and I probably won't, but I took down her number, which was 1007/A, and I think the A stands for Arizona. So 1007/A was her truck number. I couldn't get the trailer number because she fucking just left me behind, she just flew. But the point that I'm trying to make is I shouldn't have retaliated, and I'm bent to that, and I think in the new year, because this year's still not at an end, but in the new year, I think I need to stop retaliating. I've got to stop letting them get to me. I've got to make myself a better person by not letting them get to me every time and retaliate. They're fucking idiots, and let them be idiots. Because one day it's going to catch me out, and I'm going to get into trouble for it because somebody else started it. So I just need to leave it the fuck alone. But like I said, what really pissed me off is why the fuck did she think it was appropriate to get on the back of my trailer, not knowing what was beside me, not knowing why I was still out there, so close that she couldn't see around me, either side, to then swing to the right, thinking it was appropriate. She had no fucking clue. And I've seen so many times. And actually, here's what happened on the way across. My journey across was in Tennessee, about a 5-mile marker on the I-40 coming into Memphis. They had the interstate eastbound closed down, I-40. There was a PT Cruiser parked up on the shoulder. There was 12 to 15 police cars. There was someone or something, I couldn't recognise what it was, but there was someone or something laying on the shoulder. They were all around it. I don't know if there was a shootout or what happened. They had it closed off. You couldn't do shit. Then I had Jackson, Tennessee, on the eastbound side again. Somebody had sideswiped a vehicle on the shoulder and literally obliterated it, and there was just crap everywhere. And the police was there trying to figure out what to do because there was shite everywhere. And then in Arkansas, there was a Volvo truck with a reefer on, a fridge trailer, and he was parked on the shoulder. I don't believe he was broke down. So a car had come along and sideswiped swiped his side skirts on his truck. So it took the side skirts. I don't know what else it did because it was dark, but you could see the side skirts were smashed and there was just bits of it everywhere. And the car was just down the road with a police car behind it, like a state patrol. And I'm thinking to myself, I understand, you know, I'm not perfect. I made mistakes when I was younger. I know I did, and I'll admit to that. And I'll keep on saying it. And I did some stupid things, and I had some accidents. And as I got older, and then I think to myself, how the hell do you lose that much concentration that you didn't even see that vehicle now? What was you doing at that point that you came up on that vehicle? It could be texting, it could be discussing, it could be playing with a radio, drinking a cup, it could be fucking anything, mate. But the point is, how the fuck did you not see it? So that woman today in that American furniture truck, that right there was the reason why she pissed me off. She did not fucking know what was on my right side. She had no clue because she was so close. Now if she'd have stayed back 3 or 4 seconds instead of chasing me like an absolute fucking idiot, she'd have seen what was going on and why I stayed out there. But that right there, this is professional people now. That is somebody in charge of a truck who one day, no matter how long she thinks she's been driving, one day she will get involved in something and it will be nasty. And that right there will be her downfall because she believes that she is so much better than everybody else and she's the only person that needs to be on the road. And that's fucking bollocks right there. It irritated me, man. But I need to stop retaliating. I need to let it go because it gets to me and I need to stop letting it get to me. It's not my problem and I keep making it my problem and I need to let it go. And I think I'm going to have to start doing that even before the new year. I just need to get into the habit of letting the bastards go because it's not fucking worth it. Like that geezer up there in Maryland that passed me on the inside, I should have just let it go. You know what I mean? But I couldn't. I retaliated and I shouldn't keep doing it because it makes me no better than them. Now I'm just as much a cockhead as they are. And I recognise and I realise that, so I need to change my ways. But I just, yeah. That's my story. That's the reason why I recorded this video because I had to get that off my chest. Because I really wanted to call American Furniture and I thought, nah, I don't give a fuck. Their drivers drive like wankers all the time, so obviously they know what they get up to. So what's the point? Just leave it be, Mark. Don't worry about it. Let them be cockheads. Let them be cockheads. Let's make a song out of that, shouldn't we? Let them be cockheads, let them be true. Let them fuck up because of you. No, that don't go, does it? No, that's not good. Not because of you. No, can't have that in the song. No, let them fuck up because they do. Something like that. I'll think about it. Gotta stop swearing, right? I need to let you know, no, maybe. Whatever. It's just a fucking word, don't worry about it. It's offensive, it's not nice, it's crude, it's disgusting. I'm illiterate, I'm uneducated, and I'm a hillbilly. There you go. So it doesn't matter, does it? That's what you can call me. Because I drive a truck. And I like Donald Trump, as in President Donald Trump. Even though he is a meathead, I still like him. Because the boy just causes so much trouble, it's too much fun. But let's not talk about politics, no, because we don't go there. But he is a meathead. I do like him because he stirs the pot all the time. He's just, he's so much. His sarcasm is amazing. He actually should have been Scottish. I know he is Scottish, isn't he? That's right. Because his sarcasm is just like a Scotsman. They never give in. It's always right and they're never going to... Now, Scottish are always right and they're never wrong. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, my apologies. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies. Sorry. The sun does that to me. Oh. That woke me up. If nothing else did, that did. So anyway. Freaking people, you know what I mean? I get too emotional. I get too wrapped up in it. I take too much pride in what I do. Even though it doesn't look like it, I truthfully do take too much pride in what I do, and I love my job. You know, I love trucks, I love wagons, I love machines. I enjoy travelling and all that. And when I see other people just acting like they don't give two monkeys everybody else, I love you too, because you're all very special. Oh yes, you know exactly who you are. I love you very much, because you are very, very unique, and a legend in my own mind. any of my trucks left. The bridge supports have absolutely, totally and utterly collapsed. Like I hit one, and everything in my truck nigh on fell over. Like my microwave and my fridge nigh on fell over. Boxes on top. It was just so insane. The road had so many ups and downs and dips, and it was just mental, absolutely mental. I couldn't get over the state of the roads. There's a truck stop right there. No, it's nice Walmart. I don't want Walmart, not today. I'm broke, I've got no money. Spend it all on my truck. As per normal. But she's greedy. Freaking gold digger. Try and see over this bridge to my left. I can't see anything, so I've got two cars coming. We're going to wait and then hope that nobody comes over the bridge because it's completely blind. You can't see a bloody thing. And of course, you know they're going to come over that bridge. Yes, love, I know, love. Come on, we're nearly there. I'll give you a rest in a minute. Hold on. Charge you $10 for parking here. It's pretty awesome, right? Or you can spend $10 in the store. And people say people say, oh, I'm not going to pay, I'm not paying. Oh, look at this place, I'm not paying. Well, you know what? That's a little rude, because while you may not think it's appropriate to pay because you don't think there's much of a place here, they've still got to keep the upkeep of this place. And while you may look at it and think it's a complete crap hole because there's mud to my side and a parking lot, it's actually pretty clean compared to pilot truck stops, Flying J's, TAs, Petros and Loves. And I think they do a pretty good job of keeping it clean. And I'm on hard standing ground here, and wet grounds to my left where the locals must park. So why you want to complain about not paying $10, because people will say that I'm not paying, I'm not paying. Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm gonna, because that's the right thing to do, and that way then my conscience is clear and they're happy they got $10 towards keeping upkeep of their place. Think about it like that, and you might have a better understanding of why they want you to pay, or they would like you to pay $10. Know what I mean? Burn. So on that note, I am going to say I love you. I really do. You're awesome. I've had fun. Thanks for listening. It's been entertaining. I've probably got more stories, but not at the moment because they've gone out my head. And I'm going to say goodbye. And I will catch up with you. Well, I'll catch up with you later on, let you know when I'm going to work. Probably about 8 o'clock or something like that. I'll kick out again. I'll see. Yeah, and then I'll write you later, or I'll let you know where I'm at, see what your day's been like, and then I probably won't be able to record anything until Monday, Tuesday, something like that, I suppose, because we won't get much up there. I know we got snow up there, across Wisconsin. I had a look, there's snow tomorrow and today, but not Monday. There's no snow up there Monday, but it's by the time I start going up there, which will be Sunday evening, I should miss most of it because I think it ends by midday or so. So hopefully by the time and it's not a lot coming, I don't think. Like, there is, but the temperature's pretty high still, so we'll see. But La Crosse is right by the water anyway. It's right by the river. La Crosse is. It's a bit of a place to get to. But the best way to get to it is up Interstate, like from here I'll go 40, pick up Interstate 49, which is old 71, run that up, and that's into Missouri where I hit the freaking deer, you know, past Monet and all that, Nevada where I hit the deer, so up 49 into Kansas City up to Des Moines, don't stop in Des Moines because I've got to keep going, all the way up to Albert Lea, and Albert Lea, which is Minnesota, turn right, as in heading east. I think that's 90, and that'll run me into La Crosse. That's the best way for me to go to get up there. So yeah, fridge is running. Gonna leave it running because it's at -10, so we just let that old girl kick its nuts. And on that note, I'm gonna say I love you. I really do. You're awesome. I miss you. You're amazing. And big hugs to you. Lots and lots and lots of hugs. Massive squeezable bear hugs to you. Yes, loads and loads and loads of them. And I'm going to let it go. You can hear my fridge now, look. You can hear that trailer. It's not too loud, it's alright. It's quite weird. Oh, I parked up I'll go to 40 minutes because I've got another quick story. I parked up the other day in Virginia, can't remember the Flying J, but anyway, I parked up. So I put it into this spot. There was a geezer beside me, he had a massive sleeper, like an ICT sleeper, Indiana coach trim or whatever they're called, something like that. No, that's not right. Anyway, ICT, he had one of them on there, big old thing, like a 120 sleeper. So I pulled him beside him, and it was just running its guts, man. It was just massively running its guts. It was an old motor, old trailer, it was just squeezing its nuts out. And I parked next to him, and I knew it was going to irritate him, and I should have thought about it, but I got so used to it, and I've been so used to it, and personally, it's all part and parcel of the job. Well, after about maybe an hour, he got fed up with it, I think, and he moved and went and parked down the bottom. And I did feel sorry for him, because I didn't do it deliberately. I just pulled into a spot that was easy for me to get out of, you know, rather than struggling. And he moved, yeah, he moved down the bottom of the way. I'm like, alright, you know, so you don't like the sound of my reefer. Anyway, I love you, later. Love you, bye.